السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا. من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له، وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له، وأشهد أن محمدا عبد الله ورسوله صلى الله عليه وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم وبعد. We are, alhamdulillah, in our final final session of Surah Al-Mulk, the 67th chapter of the Quran. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala at the completion of the reading and the recitation and the explanation of the surah that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accepts from us our efforts, makes our path sincere to Him, and that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala puts barakah and blessing in that which we seek from Him. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make the Quran a source of light for us in our life, a light for us at the moment of our death, a light for us in our grave, and nur for us on the day of judgment, so that we are recognized by our Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and that we are worthy of his shafa'ah and entrance into Jannah. Allahumma ameen. This blessed surah, Surah Al-Mulk, Al-Waqiyah, the protection, is a powerful surah, and its final ayah is a testament of its meaning. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala makes very clear to us the symbolism and the parable that is found in this chapter. The surah began by Allah talking to us about what is outside us. Look into the heavens, look into the stars, look beyond the earth, look under you, look at what is in the depth of the earth. And then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala establishes that just like there's this apparent, there are things that are apparent to you, there's also things that are inner. And the inner being is that everyone knows what's right and wrong, and some people deny it. And some people on the day of judgment, that after they've looked at everything that is apparent and they recognize there is a higher power and authority than them, they still deny Him subhanahu wa ta'ala. And that denial is something that on the day of judgment they will admit that they were mistaken. And they will say, لَوْ كُنَّا نَسْمَعُ أَوْ نَعْقِلُ مَا كُنَّا فِي أَصْحَابِ السَّعِيرِ. Had we heard and followed what the Prophet said, even if we didn't understand it, or had we understood right from wrong and applied our logic in the way that we should have, we would not be in the place that we are in today. فَاعْتَرَفُوا بِذَنْبِهِمْ. So they admit their sinfulness and their mistake on the day of judgment. But by then it's too late. And therefore the rest of the surah, Allah is warning us not to make that same fatal mistake, to come to Him before it's too late. And at the end of this surah, which is the ayah that we're studying today, Allah says, قُلْ أَرَأَيْتُمْ. Say to them, O Muhammad, O followers of Muhammad, say to those who deny the truth. Who are them? قُلْ أَرَأَيْتُمْ. Say to who? Who are you saying it to? To those who have taken this process where they see everything around them, the blessings that they've been given, and deny the source of them, deny the divine source, subhanahu wa ta'ala. They deny the giver of truth. Say to them, قُلْ أَرَأَيْتُمْ. What do you think of this? What, if you were to see this happen, what would your thoughts be of this if this was it to occur? قُلْ أَرَأَيْتُمْ إِنْ أَصْبَحَ مَاؤُكُمْ غَوْرًا. If all of a sudden all of your water, all of your fresh water that you need for life and growth and for vegetation, for animals and for everything that you need, everything that sustains you is from water. And Allah tells us in the Quran that He created everything, min ma, everything, its source is from water, right? Whether it's anything organic needs water to live. And therefore the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he's told to say to these Bedouins who were living and Arabs who were living in Mecca, who would rely on water, the Zamzam and the other wells in Mecca, if you were to wake up and this water was to disappear, who would you call out to? Who would you turn to for support? What would you do? أَرَأَيْتُمْ إِنْ أَصْبَحَ مَاؤُكُمْ غَوْرًا فَمَنْ يَأْتِيكُمْ بِمَاءٍ مَعِينٍ. Who other than Allah can bring to you water water that is pure for you to use, pure springs for you to use. Now this ayah on the outside, it seems very shallow, but it's actually a very deep verse. On the outside, it's just talking about water. Well, I can go dig up another well, I can find another source. But here's the thing. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying that the source of the water isn't the water itself, isn't the underground aquifer. It's the one who allows you the life to find it, the ability to search for it, the ability to discover it, was who in the first place? Was Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The deep part of this ayah is that, the illusion of water and life always in the Quran is significant of a spiritual life. It's as if Allah is saying, if you lose the water of life, the iman of life, if you lose the guidance of this Quran, that it doesn't nourish your chest, nourish your soul, nourish your heart, if it is gone from you, who can replenish it for you except if you return to Allah? Allahu Akbar. And therefore the essence of tawbah, the essence of returning to Allah, the essence of asking Allah for forgiveness, the essence of acknowledging our mistakes, the essence of knowing that the spiritual water, that holy presence we have with Allah, can only be rejuvenated if we ask Him for it. And therefore Allah is saying to these people of Quraysh, you've lost contact with me. You will know man fi dalalin mubin, who is the one who is far off. It isn't Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, it isn't his companions. It isn't those who follow a path of monotheism and single me out in worship. So before it's too late, you always had that spark in you. You always knew what's right and wrong. You always knew what's good from bad. You always knew what's halal from haram and what's sunnah from bid'ah. You knew what is righteousness from what is vile and sinfulness. And if that spirit is lost from you, where else can you find it except if you return to Allah, the one who is the possessor of all righteousness, the only one who can lead us to all righteousness by the way that He seeks for us to live our life. And therefore the end of this surah is a beautiful, beautiful testament of the message, the coherence of the surah. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He says to us, where can you find that rejuvenation of life, that rejuvenation of your spirit of faith, unless you seek it from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And therefore when you look into the next surah, surah number 68, it begins, Noon wal qalami wa ma yasturun. ما أنت بنعمة ربك بمجنون وإن لك لأجرا غير ممنون وإنك لعلى خلق عظيم. صلى الله عليه وسلم. Allah then points us to what is the source of guidance, what is the spring of righteousness, the water of spirituality and holiness. In the next surah, Allah immediately it begins, Noon wal qalam, by the pen, consider the pen and all that it has written. ما أنت بنعمة ربك بمجنون. You are not by the grace of your Lord a madman, Ya Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. You haven't come asking them to do vile things. وَإِنَّ لَكَ لَأَجْرًا غَيْرَ مَمْنُونَ. And therefore, for the reward of what you will bear in sending this message, you will have an unending reward. وَإِنَّكَ لَعَلَى خُلُقٍ عَظِيمٍ. And I have destined you and made you and raised you up, O Muhammad, to keep the most sublime way of life, the greatest ethics and morality, sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. فَسَتُبْصِرُ وَيُبْصِرُونَ. And one day you shall see and they shall see that this is the truth, sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless us with the knowledge of the Quran and make us from those who are successful in its practice. Make it a lifelong journey for us so that we're always attached to it. I pray that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala puts reward and barakah in what we have done in the explanation of Surah Al-Mulk. And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make it a proof for us, not against us on His day of judgment. Allahumma ameen. I have created a folder in my Facebook page where you're watching this, where it's called Daily Tafseer, hashtag Daily Tafseer. And therefore, if you make that hashtag as a search, hashtag Daily Tafseer, TAFSEER, and you just put Surah Al-Mulk, all of these videos will come out in one folder, bi'idhnillahi ta'ala, and you can share it onto others, inshallah, who you feel might benefit from it. And we'll choose another section of the Quran that we can discuss, that we can also continue as a daily tafsir. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make it a source of blessing for you and I. Allahumma ameen. Wa salli Allahumma wa sallim wa zid wa barik ala Sayyidina wa Nabiyyina wa Habibina Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa sallim. Continue to recite Surah Al-Mulk. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us the ability to read it every night so that we're protected by His mercy from His wrath that we are deserving of. May Allah grant us His mercy and forgiveness. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.